Since I left you hanging off a cliff, are you ready for the rest of the story? Cheers, my friend. It's Charlotte Metcalf here, and welcome back to part 3 on the series, Don't Be Like Your Parents. If you didn't get a chance to catch part 1 and 2 in this series, be sure and go back and play those videos so that you are all caught up on the Change series, empty nester lifestyle, and downsizing in particular. But now for part 3, transformational change. We are going to be talking about being open to the transformation that a big change can make in your life. So before we go on to the rest of the story, the painful part of the transition phase that we went through, I just want to make a quick mention that you can look in the description below if you'd like to check out another YouTube video actually of what our home that we left looked like, all furnished and filled up and everything. If you're curious, I mean, if you'd like to look, it's whatever, no big deal. The tour that you're going to get next is the home that's empty, and it's empty because we had moved out of it, right? And the big nightmare that developed for us in our real estate experience was just the fact that we were told by the buying agent that they had their funds, that they had all the funds, and we were all good to go, and therefore we had a closing date in place of August 3rd, all that good stuff. So we moved out and did our due diligence and moved out by July 31st. And so the video you're about to see, again, was filmed on August 20th. And obviously at that point we had not sold the house or closed, and we came into a bump in the road with the whole transaction, and we were faced with the reality that the deal was falling apart. So let's just sneak over and take a peek at that story real quick. Yeah, so good morning. Cheers. My trip to Starbucks while I'm home in Oakdale because I don't have a way to make coffee at my house right now. One thing that sucks about selling your house but then it not going through is that you're in two places in limbo land. The reality is you move everything out. Let me see if I can turn this around. Why doesn't it let you turn it around? Anyway, I'll turn it around. We have nothing in the house. I mean, of course I brought a few cleaning supplies, but I have no coffee maker. I have no food in the cupboards. I have no food in the refrigerator, except I do have some wine. I have no food in the pantry. I have nothing to cook with, no pots and pans, because we sold our house, or we thought we did. Anyway, who knows, maybe it'll still go through, but if not, it'll just go back on the market. But in the meantime, yeah, it's kind of weird being in this big empty house, I'm telling you. And it's not so bad, except for the fact that it's a big fat pain in the booty, because I don't have anything here. So I should take you upstairs. We're sleeping on an air mattress, and we got one chair. You probably saw that over there. See our little camping chair? Elliot sits there with his little notepad doing a little bit of work there. My neighbor came over yesterday to clean up the patio and help me. That was kind of exciting because we did some rearranging out here, and next week when I come back, next weekend or something, I'm gonna maybe buy a couple of umbrellas to make this place a little cuter. We used to have tons of pots out here and it was really cute, but I got rid of all of them, most of them. I kept a few things, but yeah, so the people that were buying our house they thought they were gonna use this furniture, but so that's still here, so that's really good. But we moved this patio stuff yesterday. That was a really cool thing because I would have never put it there. Would have never faced it towards the pool. We moved that little grouping over there, so that looks better. And that set used to be over in that little area. So just trying to clean it up. And now we gotta tackle yard maintenance, right? You know, like we still have to maintain this place. So getting ready to get after a lot of gardening today and trying to keep this place looking halfway decent. Anyway, that's my life right now. Yeah, here's our living situation. We've got a lovely air bed, thanks to my friend Deborah. But yeah, you know, my closet's empty. I just bring home what I'm gonna wear. I'm all cleaned out, you know. The house is empty. One thing that's a pain about coming home is, you know, you forget the little things like, oh, I brought my shampoo, but I forgot to bring soap. That's a little inconvenient. Oh well, so much for my complaining. At least I have a place to stay. But while we're up here, I might as well walk around and show you. It's kind of weird being in the house with nothing in it. Yeah, it's all cleaned out. This is early in the morning, so the sun's not quite out yet, but well, if we move back in, I'm gonna be super cleaned out and organized, you know? It's like, hey, there's a plus there. All the junk is gone. There's a few little pieces left because people buying our house wanted a few of these little things. But anyway, yeah, so one plus about this whole experience has been that, yeah, things got cleaned out. This is one of the kids' rooms. Closets are all good to go. So that's a plus. Yeah, I have to look at the bright side of things, right? Anyway. Okay, so the good news in all of that is that we actually ended up closing on August 30th. And, you know, I feel like we dodged a bullet. Everything worked out in the end, thank goodness. The funds came through, the buyer still wanted to buy the house, all that good stuff. So yeah, but it was a little bit of a scare, right? So anyway, but the other thing that happened that was crazy, we had quite a crazy August. Pretty much on the same day we closed on that house, our cabin in Tahoe, which is a family cabin that's in my husband's family, burned to the ground in the Caldor fire. And so that was heartbreaking for us. I mean, truly, because we have spent every Christmas there since we were married 28 years ago. So anyway, we're gonna be looking at rebuilding, but that's a whole nother story. And yeah, I'll probably take you on that journey a little in another video, but August was crazy. And then fast forward another 10 days and my husband and I ended up getting COVID. We were one of those breakthrough cases. We were vaccinated, fully vaccinated, and ended up getting COVID. And that was just like really a bummer because we were super sick. We were shocked how sick we were, you know, but we got over that, took a couple of weeks, right? And so, yeah, you know, we've had our challenges to say the least. And then, oh my goodness, I told you I would tell you a story about our comforter, my comforter that I showed you from our part 2 video. All I want to say on that is the sales tax, moving to a new area, a more expensive area, whatever, the sales tax alone, the sales tax went up like 2% more. It's like 10.25 and I was used to paying 8.35 or something in sales tax. But the big mistake I made on that darn comforter, which was very old, I mean, we've had that comforter going on 15 years and 12, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, of course I was ready for a new one. I wanted to upgrade, but I moved it here because I wanted to take my time and look, but I thought I'll clean it, right? I'll get it clean, it'll be fresh and all that good stuff. Well, unfortunately, I cleaned it in our new little area here and didn't think about that it might cost a lot more, and I didn't even get a price for it when I dropped it off. And so needless to say, I'm stuck with that comforter for quite a while because it cost as much to clean it as I paid for the whole set, so whatever. And then the other funny story I just want to say in transitioning here was, you know, my nails. I love getting my nails done. I paid like $35 each time. Well, my first nail appointment here in WeHo was $75. I was like, Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So needless to say, not doing my nails in WeHo. Oh, well, there you go. It's life living near Beverly Hills, I guess, right? So anyway, for the transformational part of our journey, what I'm beginning to realize is that as we get older, the temptation is to stop growing and experiencing new things. We tend to prefer the familiar and not veer out of our comfort zone. It becomes harder and scarier to adapt to change as we get older. And that's where we can really focus on not becoming like our parents. I'm not saying that all of our parents live this way, but it's like, stop and think, right? Change is good for us. Change stretches us and keeps us sharp. Being open to change helps us keeps us feeling young and alive, and it keeps life exciting. So my question for you I have a few questions for you. Okay, so the first one is, stop, think, and analyze your current situation. Is there any area in your life that needs improvement? Are you finding yourself resistant to that need of improvement, or are you open to a possible change? And the question number 2, is there a way to do things better in order to keep growing and not just merely surviving? Okay, is there a way to do things better in order to keep growing and not just merely surviving? Or do you prefer the comfort of the status quo, which is totally fine? It's your life and you do with it what you want. But as you can see, as we've certainly experienced, change is not easy and it can be just downright painful. But as we go through this transition and transformation, we begin to see growth in our lives. So before you go, please drop me a comment to say hi, first of all, and just to let me know that this content is helpful to you. Give it a thumbs up if you don't mind. That helps with the algorithm. The comment does as well too. That helps more people reach more people. And if you did find it helpful, consider sharing it with a friend. That would be like the ultimate compliment. If you don't know how to do that, just drop me a comment. I'll tell you how to share it. It's pretty, it's easy to explain. But oh my goodness, until next time, I'm excited to come back with a fun video on some different things. So anyway, until next time, cheers!